Friedrich Kuhlau was born in 1786 to a family of oboists. A major life event which helps us to understand his talent was that at 7 he slipped on the ice and lost his right eye. The very next year, Kuhlau debuted as a concert pianist. In 1810, Kuhlau moved to Denmark to get away from Napoleon's troops. In 1813, he became a Danish citizen. Most famous for his works for flute and his short piano pieces, such as sonatinas, we have an example of Sonatina Opus 20, number 1. Sonatina Opus 20, number 1, was written in 1819 and published in 1820. Since 1813, Kuhlau had been working as a chamber musician, which position was unpaid until 1818. In that same year, Kuhlau's parents and sister joined him in Denmark, and he had to take a couple of additional jobs to support them all. When he wrote this sonatina, he was working as a chamber musician, concert pianist, and teacher. It is likely that this piece was composed for use in his pedagogy. Because of this, there is little to no record of how this piece was received by the public post-composition. This piece is in sonatina form, or sonatine form, which is very similar to sonata form, but with a few small variations. Firstly, in sonatina form, there is little to no introduction. Here you can see that the piece starts immediately with the first theme of the exposition. There is little to no transition between themes. Here we can see that the transition between themes is only 4 measures long, and it uses thematic material, creating a continuous effect as opposed to a transitional effect. Sonatina form utilizes a shorter and simpler development than is found in sonata form. The development here is only 18 measures. Here in this development we can see the influence of Beethoven on Kuhlau, as Kuhlau switches rapidly between G major and A flat minor, once using a 7 of 2 to modulate, until he finally elides into the original key of C major, starting the recapitulation. The ending of a sonatina form is simple, even omitting a coda altogether, in favor of repetitive cadential motion, as is the case here. And finally, sonatina form is generally lighter in feel and subject than sonata form. On a smaller scale, the exposition has 2 themes and modulates to the dominant as is expected, and the development modulates back to the original key. In closing, I invite you to listen for these elements as we hear a recording of Friedrich Kuhlau's Sonatina Opus 20, number 1.